So the question is about how can we affect the collective in a positive way. Well, I think the thing is, if you almost start looking at light as a teacher and see how it does things, it's pretty interesting. Because even though light is so fundamental and all-powerful, it does not impose itself. It chooses to allow whoever to do whatever they want. You can see that kind of, there's a sense of very deep level of acceptance and freedom that we are given, actually. And so we can look at that as something to emulate. And so as humans, we have a strong tendency to say, I'm going to fix this. We just have that very, very urge within us, I'm going to fix this, because isn't that a good thing to do? And I'm a good person, I want to do good things. And that's good, actually. I mean, to have this urge to be a good person and do good things is great. But it's just that we have translated that and stepped it down to a very crude level. We think only if I give you a cup of soup, then I've helped you. Otherwise, I haven't really helped you. So we have this kind of mentality about it. But if you look at light, it says what's really going on at the deepest level, and how can we really help people at that level, knowing that it's going to help them in all levels. So that to me is the most appealing, where we say, how can we bring light into people's inner being through recognition of our unity with them. So in fact, we're given a couple of key ideas which totally change everything. One is that at the essence level, we are all one. We are all connected. And the other key we are given is light is a very fundamental aspect of our own being. It's not something foreign to us. It's part of us. So when you combine the two together, you can take any aspect of anything that seems outside, unify with it, and bring light. And essentially, you've gone to the core of that and infused light into that. So that is, I would say, the way of light. It's congruent with the way light itself operates. And we can kind of mimic that at whatever level we feel resonant with that. And that might look a little different for each one of us, what that triggers within us, how that we're going to do that. But that's the fundamental idea. You collapse the divisiveness, bring light, and that light, once it's there, things have changed. It's like it's already changed. So the collective becomes me. I am the collective. And of course, that requires us to expand our consciousness to the point where that sense of otherness has dissolved. And that's kind of the journey. So we actually become more and more powerful. And interestingly, one aspect of this is, as we become more like light, while we want everything and everybody to benefit from it, we also are okay with things just the way they are. So we actually, there is a strange, interesting thing going on. We're perfectly at peace with what's going on because we actually honor every person's experience. So they may look like they're going through road rage or something that looks, doesn't look that good to us. But that we see is a beautiful experience that somebody is choosing. And that's great. That's exactly what they want. They want that. So we don't have this tendency, tendency to try to make a change the way we think it should go. Instead, we say, it is the way it is, it's good. At the same time, we can still bring light. So, some of these things may seem apparently contradictory, like you're doing something, not doing something. You're changing something, but not changing something. Welcome to the realm of light. That's how it is. It's not just black or white. It's full of these kinds of apparent contradictions. Or you could call it entraining to a lower frequency. And in some weird way, we've done that a lot. So that's why we've gotten, for a little bit further away from light and finding ourselves in a place where we're like, I would sure like more light. So in fact, you could see how the magic of light has already played out for us. So you actually kind of move away from light thinking it's going to be fun. See, we entrain to something that is denser and we think that'll be a really cool experience. And we have the experience and it's like, yeah, it was pretty good, but it was not that great. And so we have this mixed bag. The problem is with that mixed bag, we think maybe if I make it a little more denser, it'll get better. Okay, this is where we're entraining to the wrong. So we keep individuating more and more and more and more and more. So the more you individuate, the more you feel I'm different, I'm separate, I'm different, I'm separate, more and more and more and more. And we think I'll get to something really good. When I'm who I really am, it's going to be so good. And other people, well, too bad, they don't get it. But we find it's not working. We've been on that track for a long time, and it's like it's running out of steam. And so we make a U-turn. And that's a very, in my mind, when I work with people or people in my classes, when I see that, I'm like, okay. Because it takes a long time to finally say, I'm going to make that turn. Because in some weird way, to me, when you make that U-turn, you're kind of done. Because after you make that turn, if you just keep going, I know where it's going to go. It's going to go right back into the source of everything. And it's a fantastic journey back home. So we've done that, and we can see other people at various points in their journey. Some of them are still kind of sort of moving away and thinking that's going to work out, and you got to let them find out, and that's once you've seen through it, you feel like, how come it's taking everybody so long? Because you've seen through it. But it takes everybody however long it takes, Sometimes people, they just feel something's going to pan out there. One more trip to Vegas. This time I know I'll win. When you choose light, life becomes increasingly joyful, purposeful, and inspired. I invite you to join me to explore the realms of light, the infinite possibilities that light offers.